This tutorial is going to show you how to apply vegetation inside Sandbox 2. Now I have my map here where I've built my detailed cliff. I haven't cleaned up too much of the edges, but it's actually got the shape I want. So what I'm going to do is add vegetation to it. So I'm going to go to Terrain, Vegetation, and I want to apply Shrubbery Slope here. You can pick your brush radius, the same as when you do any type of terrain. And if you click and hold, you'll end up with way more trees than the game can handle. Actually, usually people's graphics cards can handle. Game seems to handle it pretty good. So what we're going to do is change the density here to something around 10. Still very thick. Now if you just, instead, like with the train, very briefly click, you'll get better differences. You can get something good looking. Then you can move objects around, dragging them around on the terrain, the same as any other geometric object. But another way to do terrain, I delete all these, got them all, is to associate the terrain with the texture. So if anywhere I want these cliffs to always have plants on them, you can scroll down to Use Terrain Layers, turn it on, and then play with the density until you get something that looks pretty darn good. Now these, if you're in vegetation mode, you can't select. They're stuck to the terrain, the exact same as the game already does with something like grass. So you have to go turn them off and manually place them if you want. This is a great way to start painting your map and getting a good idea of vegetation without actually having to plant all the vegetation ahead of time. Now you can still turn them off in the layers in order to see your terrain and edit it. And then of course, once you get more detailed, need to, for example, get rid of a tree, you can go ahead, turn it off, and start doing vegetation manually. And that's it for this tutorial.